Hi, I'm Rick Green. Everybody who has ADHD has a different combination of symptoms, some more intense, some less intense. For some, restlessness is a problem. For others, depending on your situation, could actually be an asset. But some challenges seem pretty universal, like,
Procrastination.
did someone say procrastination? Now, I'm not a big fan of the term procrastination. It doesn't suggest why you're stuck or what to do about it. And there are lots of reasons why we procrastinate. Some are profound and some are very simple. Now, the world views procrastination as a personal weakness, a moral failing. And of course, before you're diagnosed with ADHD and even after, the world is keen to dismiss you as lazy, selfish, or lacking gumption. So I need more gumption. What exactly is gumption? Where do I get some? And what's a safe dose? Plus, you might have very good reasons for putting something off to a later date. Yeah, I can't do anything until I get the report from the head office. Or it could be fear of failure, or even fear of success. If I do a good job, then they're going to promote me and I'll have more responsibility and Check out my video on 7 good reasons to procrastinate. But what if you take you out of the equation? Rather than blame and shame yourself, let's blame the task. The task you're procrastinating on. The task is the problem. Yes, sorry, paperwork, you're just not doing it for me. I get that you're a big turn on for my accountant, Chris, but you leave me uninspired. You know, the potential payoff that it's meh. I love this perspective. You aren't the failure. Your procrastination is not due to some flaw in your character, some trauma that's going to take years of intense therapy to heal. It's the task. The task is failing to motivate you. Maybe it's too boring, or it's too much work, or too difficult, not challenging, mundane, whatever it is. You look at the potential payoff and you go, meh. Reading the 20-page instruction manual for a new water heater. Whereas reading a 300-page book about the biggest spy scandal of the Cold War, that's interesting to me. I blasted through this in a day and a half. Finally replacing the burnt-out light bulb in the garage door opener. Yeah, I'll do it on the weekend. Working on my model railroad for most of the weekend? Sure, but why not all of the weekend? Unless we're dealing with depression, we rarely procrastinate about everything. There are things on my to-do list that I put off again and again, but other things have me diving right in, happily. Some are so motivating, I don't even think of them as tasks. Now, as long as you're not procrastinating because you're unsure what's involved, or it's just way too complicated, or you don't have what you need to do it, and I do have light bulbs for the garage door opener, then consider how you might make the task more appealing, more motivating for you as someone with ADHD. Sure, the average person is motivated to finish tasks that are important or because they're financially rewarding or they're deadline driven. They may have the patience to plow through the routine, boring, repetitive stuff. Not so much us. That doesn't wake up our brain. What does? Well, something interesting for our brain, maybe something new, something that has an immediate reward, which is why scrolling on our phones is so addictive. Pew, dopamine. Pew, dopamine. Pew, pew. An hour later, I don't remember a thing I saw, but there you are. Ding. Because motivation is really about neurotransmitters. They give you the get up and go to go. So when a task doesn't give us the juice, the chemical payoff to get up and go, it remains undone for weeks, months, forever. And then when we finally begrudgingly do it, we're ticked off at ourselves. Oh, that took 20 minutes. Why didn't I do it months ago? What an idiot. What a blah, 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 blah. We accomplished something, but we don't feel any sense of accomplishment. At best, maybe relief, just one less thing on the long list of chores. And that's no way to live. So how do I increase my motivation to change the light bulb in the garage? By tying it to a reward, one that motivates me, like cake or a new outfit. No, a cake, or buying a silver Porsche 911 convertible, or a classic bright red Ford Thunderbird. I actually bought both. I treated myself. I know they were $7 each, but Kidding aside, actually for me, the best reward is making someone happy, making people happy. My whole career as a comedian has been motivated by the joy and the challenge of making audiences laugh. Unfortunately, I'm never going to earn a standing ovation from a big audience for changing a light bulb. So instead of focusing on what I'm going to have to do, I focus on the result. Oh, by the way, honey, I replaced the bulb in the garage door opener, so when you drive in now, it's nice and bright in there. And I know she will be delighted, she'll be grateful, she'll tell me so, and she won't spoil the moment by saying, finally, or, well, what about the gutters now? Which, to be honest, are all valid questions, but for an ADDer, they are a giant buzzkill. I suspect positive feedback is especially motivating and empowering for those of us with ADHD because we get so little of it growing up. One study suggested a child with ADHD hears 20,000 more negative statements than the average kid. So the promise of positive feedback, yes, please, being able to please your spouse or your boss, a parent, a coach, a friend, that can be very motivating. I often celebrate my victories in our patron chat rooms. So let's wrap it up. What reward is going to work best for you? Consider some things that you do accomplish and ask, what is it about them that motivates you? It might be acknowledgement, applause, success, admiration, or it might be cake. Cake. Let me know in the comments what motivates you. And of course, you can make a big difference for others by liking, sharing, and to ensure you don't miss a video, becoming a subscriber on YouTube. And you can make a small financial contribution here on YouTube or enjoy previews and great community and benefits through Patreon. The links are in the description. Either way, thank you on behalf of myself and all the people who are going to find answers and knowledge from the videos that we're able to produce. Thanks to you, our supporters.